Welcome, KBCers, and our special guests, family, friends from different parts of the country. We are glad you can join us this evening for our annual Hanging the Green, which ushers in the Advent and Christmastide seasons for us here. This service has been a cherished tradition of ours at KBC since 1987. When one of my predecessors, who is still one of our very own, who voluntarily serves with us, Mark Lawson, was called as music minister. 33 years later, this service has become one of the most anticipated services of the year. And unfortunately, we cannot be all together physically tonight, of course, but thanks be to God and to many talented geeks and engineers, we can be brought together virtually through the technology that makes this live feed possible. Those of you who are KBCers should have received your Chrismons in the mail this past week, and hopefully you have and have been able to finish preparing them to be ready to hang on your tree tonight at home when the time you're called to do so. For those who are our guests tonight, we are so glad that you can be a part of one of our church family's tradition. You are family too, extended kind of family, and we are delighted to share this evening with you. Tonight's format is kind of in the spirit, if you will, of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Don't worry, there won't be any ghosts, but we will go back to Christmas past as we listen to some of the performances from children's choir, youth choir, and adult choirs. Also, throughout the next 40 minutes, we will return to Christmas present here as we decorate the sanctuary. And please be prepared with your Chrismons for a bit later with Pastor Matt Vandegrift and the Vandegrift family. And also joining the Vandegrift family tonight to finish decorating our sanctuary are various people, and some singers too join me in singing. Kyle Alexander, the Clegg family, Jody, Kathy, Aiden, Lily, Vaughn Hewlin, Brenna Lacey, Taylor Mason, the Watts family, Donna, Lauren, and Anna. And of course, we couldn't do this without John Forbes at sound and Ian Blaylock running the camera and all the media. So we are grateful for everyone here present tonight to make this possible, family. And we're glad to have you here. So now, KBCers and guests, let's go visit Christmas past for the next 10 minutes.
Stood alone. So dear. Greetings and welcome back. As Kyle said, tonight's theme is going to be past, present, and future. So remembrance of hangings of the green previous, presently what we're trying to do, but also anticipating and hoping for life in the future. As we were talking about what to do for the hanging of the green service this year, we talked about a lot of different options. And one of the things that we decided to do was to highlight one of the Chrismons. As you can see, my family and I are putting up the Chrismons on the tree. It's usually a lot more fun than this because there are a bunch of hands digging in and somebody gets hooked by one of those little things and then some kid always gets left out and we feel guilty and so it's chaotic and there's none of that chaos. I tried to recreate it. I offered to put Thomas on my shoulders so we could go to the top of the tree. He said no dice. So they're putting up the Chrismons. And Chrismons here have a rich history. We know them as the Christ monograms. They are these constant symbols and reminders of Christ and the different ways that Christ appears to us in our lives. And so this year we decided we're going to highlight the butterfly. So you have the butterfly Chrismon. I hope that maybe you received yours in the mail, maybe fully put together. Most of you got one that you had to put together yourself. I had no say in this edition that was put on the monogram, but mine has jewelry, so you can do what you want. But you know, the butterfly here at Kirkwood Baptist Church has been used in a number of different scenes. For those of you who have had children, in Lori Calvin's Sunday school class, for example, you know that each year during the season of Lent, she brings in caterpillars. They are in that special tent. Each week, the kids get to see them, and then ultimately on Easter, we release them, symbolizing the journey of Christ, life, death, and resurrection. And so as we talked about this year and wanting to figure out what to do, because it's just a different year. It feels different. It looks different. We talked about marking time. As Taylor talked about this morning, today begins the first year of the first day of the Christian New Year. And so we said, hey, look, we're going to mark time differently this year. And so we asked for your help, and you did a great job of providing materials for the devotional. We handed these out earlier today, and if you don't have one, you can come drive under the portico. There's a plastic bin and grab one out of there. But the goal of this book is to give you a chance to look and to read and to be reminded of the people that you sing and pray and worship with, even when we're not physically together. And the goal of the butterfly, of course, is to be that continual reminder that as you put this on your tree, or maybe if you hang it somewhere else in your house, that it's a reminder not just of what we had or what we are currently going through, but it is the hope of what can be. It's really fun. In our house, we started doing the same thing with the butterflies each year. And when that caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, it seems like it's going to take forever to get it out. You wonder, should I help it? Should I open it? But we don't get the beauty of the butterfly without also walking through the dark time of the chrysalis. My hope is that this simple item, this Chrismon, will be a reminder of hope and will be a reminder of God's love for you as we all walk through this journey together. May we all say together, amen.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in time, behold him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb. Veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, ere the incarnate deity pleased the Son with us to dwell. Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and life to all he brings, rest with healing in his wings. While he lays his glory by, born that we no more may die, born to raise us from the earth, born to give a second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
At KBC, we've been doing the Hanging of the Green, as Kyle said, for a very long time. It's been a KBC tradition, and one simple way that we as a church care for the community and for others is by bringing our gifts of donating food and toys up underneath the tree. We usually, during this time of Hanging of the Green, have it where the kids come by and everyone holds out their food and they bring it up to the tree. But as we are doing this differently this year, we ask for people to come by around 2 p.m. and drop off their donations. We got to see a lot of different people come through, and we want to thank you for participating. We want to thank you for being generous and caring for our community. And so now, as we continue on to the service, there is a few of us here that are going to bring these donations that were originally dropped off up front and place them in the Christmas tree. But maybe you weren't able to make it out at 2 p.m., and that's okay. You are still welcome to come by the church. We do have a bin because all of the food goes to the food pantry, and the toys go to the Missouri Baptist Children's Home. So you can still come by anytime this week that you would like and drop that food off in the bin that's underneath the portico. Or if you would like to donate to the Missouri Baptist Children's Home or donate some toys, you can contact Von Hewlin. So now, for this next part, we are going to usher down all of the donations from today to the tree.
triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of ages. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. To God, love to God, light and light eternal. Lo, he shines on the Virgin's womb. Son of the Father, begotten, not created. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, wives of angels, sing in exultation. O sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, all glory in the highest. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee we all glory give. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
In 1641, Father John de Brebeuf, a Jesuit priest, was working as a missionary among the Huron people in what is now known as Ontario, Canada. Father Brebeuf wanted to tell the Christmas story to the Hurons, so he wrote a Christmas carol in the Huron language, using symbols and figures that they could understand. His carol, which was in the moon of winter time, also known as the Huron Carol, was set to an old French tune and quickly became popular with the Hurons. Tragically, in 1649, an Iroquois war party killed Father Brebeuf and destroyed the Jesuit mission. However, the Hurons who escaped the attack remembered the carol and continued to sing it for years to come. Almost 100 years later, another Jesuit priest heard the carol and wrote it down. In 1926, the poet Jesse Middleton wrote an English translation that we will sing for you tonight.
Mighty
welcome back, and thank you again for joining us for our Hanging of the Green service. As we looked at the past, we walked through the present, and we look forward to the future. Now, based on what I'm seeing here, this might be the largest collection of toys and canned goods and the like that we've had in my time here. We actually still have a few things sitting in the back that we couldn't get up here in time. I liked it much better when I had the Nortons here to run around frantically and the Lacey's to carry everything in here for me. So next year, we're going to invite those of you who do that kind of stuff. But thank you for your turnout. Thank you for your giving in this time. We know this season is not the same. And again, as I said this morning, our hope is that we can remember what was, walk through what is, and look forward with hope to what will be. Amen.